Buenos dias, buenos tardes, buenos noches, and todo el mundo. And good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everybody all around the world, and thank you for joining us today for another Left 4 Dead 2 competitive shoutcast. My name is MK, I'll be your caster and cameraman for today, and this match needs no introduction. It is a North American ReBooT Grand Finals between Hokori and Question Mark, and my co-caster will be the one and only Nine Null. It is here, my friend, it is here.
It absolutely is. Some people might not even be familiar with this campaign. It's been a long time since we've casted this campaign at all, that we've seen it in competitive play. It is I Hate Mountains that we're going to be starting off with here today. And it is, of course, going to be none other than Hokori representing Peru versus Question Mark representing Russia. And Hokori has been the talk of the town, obviously, going down into loser bracket, round one of playoffs, and have fought their way all the way to the grand finale, whereas Question Mark is going to be the only team from the winner bracket advancing all the way through. Hit comes in onto Hokori. Look at the jockey. Actually winning the 1v1, getting all the way around the tree. That is not something that you're going to see every day from top tier Left 4 Dead 2 play, but Question Mark does sneak in a sneaky little jockey, and they get 6% to start us off.
Yeah, I'll tell you one thing that we don't hate is we don't hate mountains, no. We enjoy them, and that's what we got to cast today. It's going to be an awesome treat. It's going to come down to some map knowledge, and man, do you need it on this campaign. We're going to go faster with the quick hit. It's going to be a 2-cap with the Hunter and the Smoker. The spit is overshot. They do land the Smoker. Hunter gets skeeted, and here is the first tank of many for Question Mark into the hands. I believe this is Xenix. I could be incorrect.
Yes.
All right, then his teammates are going to be Doom Rake and NF Meister. And why don't you take a Hokori away for us while he brings this toy into play?
Yeah, of course. For Hokori, you know them, you love them. Shockwave, Yaft, Grizz, and Zyko is going to be our 4 fighting for them. Charger Hunter Jockey ready to go for Question Mark. I feel like they don't really want this Charger. If they send it off, they should get a Smoker for their efforts, so I do expect that to go out. But in that same vein, something you touched on was how important campaign knowledge is going to be for this one. Very interested to see if either team can throw us off. Important to mention, this was Question Mark's pick as far as pick order. They were able to pick the order of the campaigns that they're played in, and they chose to go to I Hate Mountains for the very first. So they're obviously going to be feeling quite confident here, and you can always count on Hokori to be feeling confident in their own regards. Xenix here, going to be the first tank for I Hate Mountains. For Question Mark, rather, here on I Hate Mountains. He's already taken 500 points of chip. He's already gone second pass, but in the meantime, he's managed to get his 2 logs into play. They're going to be keeping the Charger in the hand of Doom. We've got another log off to the side. I mean, Xenix has time to play with these, but obviously he's struggling. He's got them caught in the tree line. Kind of ironic for these tree logs. An ironic place to be caught up, as that one is going to be hit far off. And MK, this tank is already down 1,000 HP as he tries to put up these logs.
Yeah, he really wants it and all, but I think he's going to have to play it in here. You were calling it the whole way. Take it away. It's all yours.
Oh my goodness, in he goes, 4k HP left as he gets split to 2, but everyone's so far away from him. There's a Charger that does nothing. Hunter's hopping around. This could be a no-hitter. It could also be a log to the dome, though. Gotta be careful. Lewis is desperately aware of just how close he is to that smoker pull, and down he will go with the log, going from a no-hitter to quite a big smack with that log. Charge gets a smack as well. Smoker maybe gets a ding. But that is going to be that, and thank God, Question Mark is saying that they were able to get that in cap at all.
Yeah, it looks like Xenix was really focused on the hittables, but he had the terrain to cover for him, so he didn't take too much chip. It looks like they found an additional set of pills. They do. All right, now this puts the bonus up a bit. So this turns out to be just a standard tank. One in cap comes out, just Yap going to be open. He should be the target of the special infected. Let's see if they do so. 2-2 coming in with the Hunter and the Jockey. Hunter does find an Uzi player. They're going to spit on him. Pound spit successful. Boomer will die off at the end. Not a bad follow-up, but Hokori shuts it down quite nicely. Only taking a couple things of percentage. And it looks like the safe room is in tow with maybe just 2 or 3 more hits. That's probably all that Question Mark's going to get left.
There are definitely some claustrophobic chapters ahead. I think chapter 3 is definitely a standout for that. But here in chapter 1, it is pretty wide open. This is one of the scariest hits here as we do go into this, crevice area. And it is going to be a quad in the crevice. Charge is going to be hopping around. Jock from the opposite end. They land on 2. They land on 3. Hunter does get cleared. But again, Jockey carrying away. Smoker, unfortunately, missing his first tongue. And by the time he reconnects, the Jockey already gets cleared. But still, some big charge damage. Brings him down under 1,000 points for the chapter.
Yeah, I mean, that was 10% there and all. That's a good follow-up. It took a quad to get the damage, though. The question is, how much more can Question Mark get with basic hits? It seems to be just mainly the tank damage and a 10% hit, and the other 3 hits just chipped away just a little bit to what we see here. So let's see what they could do with the 2-2. Charger Hunter, this is the best 2-2. I would say here and all because you can land a Hunter and a Charger gets spit damage. But the question is, would you rather have that Smoker than the Hunter just to guarantee this charge spit at the end? So this is the last opportunity for damage. Hunter is causing some distraction. They'll land the Boomer. Let's see if they choose to try to go with 3 or just try to delay it as long as possible. See if NF could get that last spawn up for a full attack and all. The question is, will they have time for it? Or will Corey just make a push?
Yeah, it's such a good point. I mean, they are right there in the safe room. They have to go in. Hunt spit. It's going to be all they get. And it will take Zyko a bit to hop out of the spit. But as a whole, damage not that crazy. M2 away on the Jockey. I also love the way they set up on that rock formation. They weren't in any rush to get to that spot because they recognized once they got there, it is 100% telegraphed. Question Mark has to send in the hit. So I love the way they just played it slow and leisurely up to that point, and they lock it down. 920 points for Hokori.
And before we head over to the other side, I wanted to apologize to all the people that are here. And did see the schedule for the Bloodfest Cup that we were supposed to be casting Gonabs, which is Raij's team, and then right after, I believe it's at Gensuki or Basileche, I forget which matchup it is. We might not be able to get to those in time because it's grand finals. If they do end early, we'll get over there to one of them, but I guarantee we'll miss one. Kryja is streaming it, so there will be a recorded match or a copy of it. So either way, it'll be there. Maybe not a cast, but we'll make sure there's a link for everybody. But opening attack will be a Hunter, Charger, Jockey, and the Spitter. Didn't even realize how good the opening spawns were for both sides. Now let's see if Hokori can get some better value and see if they can get a Survivor jocked away like happened to them. Or will Question Mark shut this down and make a statement for the start of this Survivor side? Here it goes. Hunter being the main distraction. Still not skied, it eventually is. The Charger comes in late. They also don't land the Charger, but the Hunter does. Jockey misses, and Question Mark will be on the top. Only losing about 1.4 with that opening hit, and so far, the #1 seed is proving why they should be there now by taking less damage with opening hit.
Yeah, beautifully done. I loved how they set up for that hit in the first place. The only real viable spawns for more than one SI is that rocket spawn, which is pretty far away from where they were standing. So they just made sure to shut down the Hunter. You know, Jockey lands on the head for a quick moment, but that is that. 1.4% is all that Hokori finds. And you know what? They didn't even really get to send that second hit, which Question Mark did get to send. But regardless, Jockey, Hunter, Boomer for Hokori as Shockwave going to be bringing in some logs.
That boom is big. Oh, he's got 3. Oh, look at this log. Oh, that calls into backup. That got his attention real quick. I don't know where he got the 3rd log from. I knew there was 2. It looks like Shockwave is going to bring everything into play to put some pressure onto Ewan. And man, Ewan has retreated back there. I have no... Okay, here comes the chip. Oh, they're backing up. They can't even really chip him right now because these logs are very dangerous. He has 4 of them. Oh, this is looking very rough for Ewan. The question is, how well can Shockwave corral these hittables and still be alive enough to try to get them in play? 4 toys, 4 survivors. Each name on one of these. Oh, and he gets one! There goes Phoenix. He's got one. They make no effort to pick him up. I don't think they're going to be able to do it. The Hunter's coming in. They're trying to shoot the tank. He's already down to 4K. There's going to be the Hunter. And he hesitates for the log. He comes back. It looks like he's just going to go for damage. I don't think the log... Oh, he kills the Jockey. And I think question mark can bounce back. They gotta really be aggressive on these pickups or killing this tank. It looks like they're going to be aggressive on the pickups. Here comes one survivor pushing him back. The other one's got to do a pickup now. This is too much delay. Here it comes. Log. Misses, but he gets the pull. They're not going to, I believe they're going to survive one or two more hits, and he's dead. So question mark will salvage this. What looks like was going to be a disaster for them. Hunter gets skied out of the sky. No DP for them, but no, that was dramatic for question mark here. Let's do a point evaluation. They'll have over 55% bonus. They'll each set of pills. They'll find one more set, which I believe they might have already gotten. I'm not quite sure if they missed the other set or not, but look at that. Hokori's going to be on top there now, about 40% damage from their tank compared to the other one that just did 20.
That shows you the importance of the logs. It shows you why Zenix was spending so much of his manpower on the logs. In comes a hit. 3-1. Huge hit. Smoker will eventually get cleared. It lands. That's all they get, actually. So question mark. Gets by off of that potentially strong hit from Hokori. But I want to talk about that tank a little bit longer. Getting 2 in caps there. It's huge for Hokori. That's a wide open space. And you're really depending on those logs, which do move very fast as far as the hittable goes. They're also very wide. And it's kind of like a pachinko thing where you're like, I don't really know, or whatever it's called, where you put the coin down and you're like, I have no idea where this is going to come out on the other end. And that randomness factor can catch people off guard. Another beautiful take in the meantime from question mark. As a charge just does land really quick, double boom as well. But that's going to be it. Still got 850 points that they can boast.
Yeah, and due to the charger boomer dying off at the end, they will have a spit or not, but they're not going to have the charge spit. So as far as much more damage, I don't think we're going to see any more than maybe 100 come out. Survivor separated. Smoker wanted to take advantage of it, but his cappers are not ready on the other side. We still see the jockey and Hunter looking for a spawn. Hunter is now up. Here comes the jockey. They're going to pull in the back. Oh, what a ski coming out. The cover was amazing. Beautiful job. They'll get some common damage, but no, that was beautifully shut down there by question mark. I keep want to call them Ewan for some reason, but but what a shutdown. That survivor ran over to come get the Hunter, but didn't need any help. The Uzi guy got it by himself.
Yeah.
And they'll walk in with 444 and all. Look at that. Less than 100-point delta.
You got to hand it to Doom. It's really not easy to land that. And when we look at the pings, keep in mind this is Russia versus Peru. We're sitting here. Pings aren't super crazy, but I'm seeing 177, 138. Decently high pings, and landing an SMG skeet like that from pretty far away. It was a very nice way to finish off the round for question mark. But the fact remains that they are still down. They managed to keep it close, but obviously Hokori is not a team that you ever want running away from you points-wise. They have kept it in within 100 points. We go to a very interesting Chapter 2. I do believe Chapter 2 is actually, now that I look at it again, I'm telling you, it's been a while since we've seen this chapter. And, obviously we've got the iconic Helipad tank usually at the beginning of Chapter 2, but this should be an inside tank.
Well, everybody knows I hate mountains. We know that the opening tank is janky. It doesn't matter where it spawns.
Right.
It can spawn literally when you walk outside the safe room.
Yes.
Sometimes it cannot, which is the only part. This is the only part of I hate mountains that I don't like, is this opening hit right here, because it could spawn instantaneously, and they're nowhere close to 51% of the way through the map. We can clearly see that. But
right.
We're just going to have to see. And the opening attack has a boomer involved in it. So there is a slight advantage for going second on this chapter only, my opinion here, Nall, due to the unpredictability of what happens when you walk out of the safe room. Because if you walk out of the safe room and get 2 boomed and that tank's up, it could go south really quick to wherever that tank is going to be located at. If he's on the roof of the building already, guess who's coming in? No hesitation.
Right.
Especially if a match of this magnitude, no, you can't turn that down. And even more so if all the cappers are able to stay alive.
Yes. But obviously the upside for the survivors is that it is a very wide open space around this helipad area. We're going to see the hit coming out. Hokori is taking this with a high degree of caution, going right back to what you were saying. Smoker, Charger, Hunter, Boom here. Hokori obviously wants to eat none of it. And it does spawn in right as they walk out. I was saying that, I was like, you know, oh my god, and the boom is okay, it's an AI boom. He comes in, he doesn't have his boom yet. Okay, Hokori is just going to be able to walk away from it. Nice little 5%, nothing major. But you know, this is always a classic moment here with NF's setup on top of the roof, lording over his domain, trying to land some rocks with his team that is about to spawn in.
Looking right now. Is that Thunder now? Jockey land.
Right?
Yeah, that's what it sounded like. Hunter lands, not cleared very quickly. He'll get a little bit of damage. So Hokori taking some damage from a couple of these single cappers going in now. That's actually quite a bit. I'm surprised that Zyko took that much damage. A lot.
He is. He is going to take a bit. NF here on 50%. Boomer, Charger, and a Smoker. Again, you know, Smoker can be great in setting up rocks, but you gotta have something else to go with it. Charge's gonna come from so far away. Not gonna be able to find anything with that. Smoker attempt to try to, on the shotgun player, right? To try to prevent his ability to skeet the rock, because he's gotta wait for that rock to get in close. But his teammates are able to cover it no problem. One boom on the tail end. And that's not going to be an engage angle for NF. We're going to wait a little bit longer before he sends it in.
Yeah, he wants all his support. The one boom landed. I was trying to find where the commons were at, but they all just came from the back, so easily shut down. And here he is. He's in now. No hesitation. Take him away again. See if he can do better.
Gotta work with these logs, and he's got it caught up on the lamppost. Even the smallest thing can be horrific for hittables, of course. Trying to get it up on top of the helipad, which is actually where the logs started. It's a disaster here for NF. He's ceded the high ground to the survivors and lost both of his logs. And he's just absolutely drowning in it. Gonna get one smack onto Francis, but that should be it. Look at the Charger, look at the Jockey, absolutely in no man's land here. They can't even decide what they want to shoot. The doors get closed on Francis, it starts getting carried away. Charger's giving some smacks, and the tank goes down. 81.3% of the bonus still in the hands of Hokori.
Yeah, that unfortunately, he got kited around, focused the hittables a little too much until he realized it was too late. All his support was behind him, so really easy for Hokori just to focus everything down. No real challenge, to be honest, with that when you do something in that situation. And I mean, it's just beautifully done by Hokori, but now it's going to be damage output time needs to come from these special infected attacks. I don't know how. Hunter, oh, he landed it, okay. Oh, and he gets pulled through the spit, okay.
Oh.
That is one of the most unorthodox attacks I have ever seen that did 10% damage, but wow, no, what was that? As they were getting lost, walking into the fire.
There was!
Yeah. And it looks like question marks picked the right map because they know what they're doing.
Exactly, yeah, that's why I was kind of like, yeah, they only got 20% after the tank, but this claustrophobic area is just so good to find damage, especially when you get the spit. We saw the spitter go in and die. He almost got picked by Zyko before he could even spit, and they're going to be able to get another one for their efforts, but it gets shut down with ease from Hokori. Survivors should be able to bolt down. There was, of course, having to... Okay, they're going to get some ammo. They are going to loop around. Yes, of course. Got a horde.
They can't go out yet. It's too dangerous. I think they just. I think they might just kill Boomer here. Said nothing.
Whoa!
Oh no, they're gonna
Boom does manage to find two, but they do send it in. They don't find much though.
Now they can go out the window and take the back road and take the shortcut.
Whoa!
I don't agree with that. That's a little bit of a look at the Boomer. Boomer trying, nope, not gonna do anything.
Dude, and you kept that boom for that whole time, and now your team's almost up, and you're dead with a useless boom. The helicopter, which you're gonna run into, of course. Oh my God, pulling away from them. Maybe they can go through here. But there's that big railing. Oh, the helicopter's gonna crash and open it right up for them. Charger, Jockey, Smoker, and a Spitter. This should be last chance hit for question mark. They desperately need to find something here. Hokori has made really, really fast pace through here. the backdoor entrance as well. MK, this is a disaster here. 1,200 points on a 500 distance point chapter.
Yeah, that you keep calling him you in question mark. Really need to get some value with this alley choke point coming up. So these comments will be cleared up. Everybody asking what map is being played. This is I Hate Mountains custom campaign. Originally came out for Left 4 Dead 1 back in 2009. Yes. For those that want to really go back in their history, I believe this was released before Left 4 Dead 2, if I remember correctly. But now the last choke point coming up. It's very good for the infected. They got to go through and come outside and look at this really tiny alley. Spawns are all above the survivors, so it's really easy picking. And now I believe if you're Hokori here, you want to walk in with 65, and if you're the other side, you want to lose 10% here. And the charger lands, but not who he was trying to get. Unorthodox, and he body blocks, and they'll eat up about another 12% damage. No, 8% actually, down to 60% even. And they walk in with 660 plus 500 distance. That is 1160. That is a big chapter score after 2 for Hokori. Number 2 seed. Actually, the underdogs going against question mark.
That's right. It's worth mentioning. If they lose this, they're going to have to play another series against question mark. If they win this, rather. They're going to have to play another series against question mark. And question mark is ready to go. Charger, Smoker, Boomer, Hunter with the tank, and no SIs cleared out. One boom. They're going to sacrifice Francis to try to kill everything else off, but nothing is dead yet. Charger, and they get a double boom off the proxy. Hunter hopping around, Smoker hopping around. I think Grizz will chill, but I don't know. He's chopping in MK.
Oh, he's got it up top there. There's a log. There's an AI smoker too. Oh my goodness! Help him! Get that man clear. They don't clear him. Oh my goodness! Question mark was not focusing the special infected at all, and it looks like they're about to go down here. This should end up being a wipe.
Well,
no, I think they should be able to kill Grizz, but they're going to lose NF's health. They really got to push the marker here. And yeah, this tank is dead, but that boomer and the failure to clear the commons from his teammates. I don't know there now.
There's 3 SIs though. Smoke won't through the door. Charge coming in. Not going to find Zoe. Well, I feel like it's so messed up the amount of times that I want to call Zoe Rochelle. It's like, what's up with that? Smoker, Jockey gonna come in. They're gonna get cleared up, but let's focus on the most important part. MK, Doom is dead, and they're gonna have to send 3 players into this very scary haunted house.
Yeah, they gotta make full distance, and they gotta get bonus. If they walk in with the bonus that they have, it'll actually be still pretty decently close game, but it's really hard to survive with 3 survivors and hold on to your bonus. This is a long map to go through. They know it very well, of course. The Boomer's going to walk in from behind. The door closes. They miss. The Hunter lands. It's not cleared yet. And there's the damage. That'll melt away a whole bunch of bonus. Actually, not as much as I thought it was going to be, but... Alright, they're back on the move, but if they keep getting this much damage per hit now, then it looks like Hokori will have about a 600-point lead if they make it with no bonus.
We're talking extremely narrow corridors. Spit Haven, right now they don't have a spit. It's going to be a quad, actually, which, I mean, again, Stumble City, more like, through this mansion. And beautiful ski from Regacy actually heard the smoke audio cue and was looking for that. And then he's like, hey, free hunt, I'll take that. And that was actually something that I wanted to touch on during Hokori's tank. You talked about how they ran away from all the SIs that had spawned in. And it's like, that's something that's so important, is that a lot of players do have tunnel vision on the tank. Whereas it's these top tier teams, they're going to hear those spawn-ins and they're going to be keeping track of where those SIs are. It's so important. And it's so amazing that they were able to manipulate it. Just a little blast from the past there. As the hit does come in, finds one with the boom. A very interesting hit, very interesting take as well from question mark. But regardless, they're going to go ahead and be able to press a button and bring it down probably.
Yeah, I think they can actually make it out the window. They could go
Yeah.
right now if they want to. It's open. It's there. And I don't think they're going to do it. They're going to play it safe. I think they should have been aggressive and went for it.
Yeah, I mean, you got to take your risks, right? Down to 3 players, close quarters attacks. This is their kind of one opening, though, to be able to chill out for a bit. Sure, NF bleeds out, but no big deal. And maybe they just wait for the next hit. It's going to be another quad.
What the heck is going on? Oh, there's no common.
There are no commons.
I'm just saying.
I see 2 just hanging out on the property, but they're not really too... Okay, I thought that was a ski on the hunter. Again, this is a quad. They're gonna get Zoe up above, and she's, I mean, as good as done. The jockey is going around from the side, and F has dropped all the way down. He's gonna get smoked, and that is going to be the round quick and simple out of nowhere. Yeah, that was bizarre.
I'm speechless. They just jumped down without communicating.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, on to chapter 3.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, there were no commons, like you said. There was, I guess, I'm not sure if they were trying to beat a bait timer, maybe, or something. I'm not really sure what the plan was there. But now we go to the Underground Way, chapter 3 for I Hate Mountains, and this is a really interesting spot. We talked about how Hokori got caught up in the corridors in the haunted house. Well, it's definitely possible for the same thing to happen here through these catacombs, through the crypts. And it's all around just, you know, it's a really cool... I mean, it's crazy to think that this game, this campaign came out before Left 4 Dead 2 came out as a custom campaign. And it just holds up in my eyes.
And one thing now, this is the only chapter, I believe this is the only campaign that's going to have 5 chapters. With Carried Off and Die Scraper as the other 2. Those are 4-chapter campaigns. This is the only chance of being 5. But for that to happen, Question Mark's got to bring it a little bit tighter. We have a Smoker pre-spawn. We have a Jockey pre-spawn on opposite sides of the survivors. Charger looking for something in between. Oh, they give it up in the back here. The Charger wants to make a move on it. Shockwave trying to do what he can to hold it, but the infected team changes their mind. Okay. Here they go, and they just take the punch charge and guarantee the 17 damage, which is good. They get some from the jockey running around the smoker pole, not getting cleared either. Look at this. Over 10%, they can't get the clear on the jockey. He's still riding, still riding. He is making amazing ground. Get him in a horse race. That jockey was moving now. Look at that. 15% damage. Crazy turnaround for Question Mark with the opening hit, and no spitter to add.
Spitter, I thought they were gonna hit in the stairwell too, in that very narrow hit space. And the jockey again just surprised winning the 1v1 like they did at the start of I Hate Mountains. Charge's gonna land into the spit, Hunter as well. Bill's gonna move, boom onto 4. No stumbles in it, but it's obviously gonna be a ton of commons, slowing them down, and just dragging them down. Below 80% of the bonus remains for Hokori, and that's a 10% per hit plus average.
Yeah, it absolutely is. I mean, couldn't ask for anything more than that. See what they can follow up here with a Charger Jockey Smoker Spitter. They still have quite a few hits before Tank Jockey flies around and calls the distraction. Smoker's pre-spawned up ahead now. Charger looks like he wants to grab someone to make some his player. Here comes the Charger. He lands it, and the spin is in too. This is big, and the jockey doesn't get him. They make him walk through. Incap goes out onto Yap, and Yap Way goes down now. Look at this damage tallying up. There's still common damage going out in the back. 65.6. Wow, what pressure being put on from Question Mark after getting wiped. I thought their morale would be down. Right. No, they came to play now, and they are blasting down Hokori's health for this tank, making it pretty easy cleanup if they keep this up.
Yeah, they're doing a great job so far. I thought that the setup from Hokori was good. Shockwave going over to the side and looking through a railing. And I thought his setup was good, but they sneak in the charge spit into a tightly packed Hokori. 100's going to connect. Jockey lands in the head for a moment. Kind of the lackluster hit there as the Charger wasn't really ready to follow it up. Would have loved to see them chain all 3 SIs into that, maybe with the boom. But instead, the Charger spawns in and is now running away. He's gonna try to, okay, he's gonna run all the way back to get a despawn here. And indeed, he's getting hunted by Hokori. I was wondering if this could happen. He's gonna be safe to keep running back though, as Hokori does, you know, kind of just hang out here for the moment.
Looks like they're gonna try to hit on the transition up here. They got him a little split. Smoker's ready to pounce. I think the Charger wants to go on it too. Let's see if they make a move on it. Nope, they reposition. The Charger comes in late now. Oh, they had it and blew it, but they do land a 2-cap in the spit, so they'll do get a little bit of value out of that. They're keeping the pressure on. No, down to 58.3. Shockwave is now slow. Yap's going to have to eat another set of pills. They still have 10% to the tank. And this is very impressive by Question Mark, but they're going to have to perform on the Survivor side. When it's their turn, pills found, pills pop. Just like that.
Just like that. 3 sets remain for Hokori. Shockwave just moving slow. Not usually the player you expect to see on that low HP. Look at the split from Hokori. I mean, this is crazy. It's the double charge. Well, fortunately, they don't spit there. The follow-up charge as well. Triple boom, good damage. I mean, again, a spit there would have been absolutely devastating onto Hokori, but they'll still take it, dropping them down to 53.4%, only having half of their bonus left with the tank coming in.
Yeah, they do. They have to. Oh, he didn't eat the pills. He waited. They still have 4 sets. They found all their pills. So all the pills have been found. They won't find any more now. Yap is bleeding. Shockwave has to eat his soon. There's a Survivor separated. Smoker's messing with him. Okay, this slows down the Survivors, but Boomer grabs one. He got behind him, didn't he? No, he did. They can't go past that.
Exactly. He's just gonna run it in. He's got 4K. Hunter lands with a stumble. He goes for an E-Rock. The Hunter is not cleared yet though, and he is finally gonna get cleared, just waiting. But this is so much damage onto the tank in the meantime. Gets once back charge lands. He's gonna be running in for more, and he's dead. I feel like he wasted so much time guarding the Hunter and lost so much HP as a meat shield. I mean, the damage is still going to be good. I love the technique from Question Mark. A jockey lands again! You guys, Shockwave separated. Shockwave's going down. Oh.
That is big. No, that landing right there was huge for Question Mark. And man, these tunnels are so dark, it's hard to keep an eye on stuff. I apologize for everybody watching at home, but I cannot believe that Hokori is still treading through this right now. With how low health they were before the tank. I think they took that tank exceptionally well, all considering.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. I mean, Question Mark had them where they wanted them. Look at this, though, as players continue to get separated. Another smoke pool separation. This time onto Zoe. I mean, Bill is being left in the dust. There's still a Hunter alive. But I guess, NF spawns in. He's going for Bill now. I don't know. He's going to try to run away. He does get away with 100 HP. Continuing, I mean, look at Hokori, though. 2 of their members are just running straight forward. NF dies, though.
Yeah, a little too... He calls him to slow down a bit, but you don't want to die off. And now...
A question mark.
I mean, it's okay to rep your team, but just not in game, you know what I mean? And they got to wait
to yourself, man.
And they got to wait to the corner with a 2-2, and now I think it's just a... Let's get rid of the bonus. That's all they can do now. I don't think they're going to die. Now it's just get rid of the bonus.
Reloading.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right here.
And there's
Man, I feel like crap.
okay, there are still 170 points of distance. There is that, like one more big hit. Could spell in, Charge's gonna land, Jockey's gonna land, both of them in the spit. Lewis obviously eating the brunt of it, and there is the bonus. It's just gonna be left up in Zyko. There's 38 points are left on Zyko. But I'm gonna be real. I mean, they could have. Yeah, I think you're right. Nobody black and white. 15% of the chapter left to go through. And I'm kind of surprised it's only worth 600 distance. I feel like this is a pretty damn long chapter. Hokori is making their way through it for sure. It's eaten a lot of hits so far. But you're right. It does look like they might just be able to scrape by into the safe room.
Yeah, I do agree. This should definitely be 700 distance on this chapter, in my opinion. This is quite an adventure to go through
Yeah.
this campaign.
Yeah.
The charger just goes. He lands his charger. Smoker comes in. Hunter going for not going to find anything either with the smoker. They're dead already. And it looks like the safe room is within their grasp. I think we'll see Grizz go down again. But survivors just focus on Zyko. Make sure that bonus is gone. Or actually, no,
Yep.
they could kill them. Two people, 1 HP. They can get them all.
They can. And this is a scary part of the chapter too, but they do manage to get across. Now the spawns I feel like are kind of awkward, right? They're going to be trying to get around the tanker. Boom finds nothing. They got a jockey spitter stacked up right outside the safe room. That's not really the most secure spot or the most surprising spot either. They go for the standing spit move. And Bill is able to hop out of the way. Zyko still on 38, and it looks like he's going to be able to save it all. Hey, dude, nobody going down.
Nah, it's going to be too hard to find anybody.
Look at the order!
Yeah. Good job by
I love
Hokori.
it.
They actually get bonus out of that. It's not a lot, but it's 36 points, so if it's a 36-point game by the time this is over, let me tell you something. No, that mattered right there. The fact that they
That will be crazy.
Shout out to Lake.
This obviously.
As well.
Oh, much love to the chat. I hope you all are enjoying this. This is the NA reboot grand finale here. Hokori versus question mark. Quick ready ups. As we see question mark side, they need a huge round here, MK.
And also shout out to the tournament director of our cup.
Ooh.
Marlowe's in the chat too. Shout out to Rails.
Okay.
Got to put out for there. He was the one that really started. Here comes the smoker charger. Opposite side. Charger just M1. Unsuccessful. And the charger, I think, died out of order. I think it was charger smoker last. Could be wrong, though, Null. So I think we're going to see a 2-2 with a jockey hunter. I think. But either way, that first hit, way better for question mark. Way better.
Definitely. No loose ends here to be tied up for question mark. And they definitely, we've already seen them, that they very much know their way around here. Through the Crypts, Hunter, jockey, boom, spit, just like you called. They're very meticulously watching their backside. But there's nothing spawning back there. Everything is looking to spawn forward and drop in on them. Boom for 2 to start us off into the hunt. Spit with a stumble. Trying to get the death. Spit. In the meantime, jockey. Whoa. Oh, I love the way the spit was just standing in the doorway so they didn't want to shoot. And the jockey tries to latch on from behind. I guess the jockey got into the way or something. But I would have loved if that jockey land and could continue the combo. Regardless, though, it's still going to be a huge hit for Hokori. They will definitely be taking that one to the bank.
Oh, they chased down the jockey.
Oh,
they're going to hit right away, though. They weren't ready for it. The Hunter and Smoker find a target. And I didn't even see if it was a boom or a spitter with the other. Or was that actually a quad that just went in?
I think it was. I think it was a quad, and they got about 5%.
I mean, they're getting damage, but definitely question mark is taking less, for sure. I mean, but still, we were talking about it, just as you were saying, a lot of twists, a lot of turns, a lot of close quarter hits. Usually always comes out to damage. If they're not able to get out here, okay, they got out in the open, you should push out here quick before spawns get into an advantageous spot, and it looks like the infected can't. So, 2-2 with the jockey charger coming in. Button's going to be hit shortly. Question is, where are the survivors going to take it? Where will the infected set up? But it looks like right now it's just, let's clear the commons, take this cautiously. No reason to set this up right now. And question marks is going to pump on the brakes for a minute. They don't have to do this now, but they're going to play it safe.
Yeah, we saw Hokori kind of do something similar. I didn't really know what it was all about when they did it. Look at that jockey. Charger comes out, and the guy just drops down, no problem. Doom was, I believe, 100 HP. He did lose 9 HP there. Or maybe he was, 99 or whatever. He's quite close to 100. But he does get brought down. We got Reg there at 47. Charger comes out. It's cleared. 0.00 second instant clear.
Now we relax.
Yeah. I love it.
Oh,
Or do we relax?
Wow.
That's always the when you think you should be relaxing is the most dangerous time. The Hunter, what a ricochet in there, MK, truly. Beautifully done. He didn't give the survivors any ability to react, which is exactly how you want to hit as a Hunter.
And not only that, but NF's and Uzi, make sure you stay out of that doorway. Let the shotguns
I guess
be
that's a
there.
good point. Yeah.
Let your team do their job and you do your part
Right.
with your shotguns. And that
Yes.
won't happen. 8% comes off right there, a little bit more with some of the common damage that went on to NF when he stood up. Spitter's still lingering about. Looks like he wants to try. Oh, he fell down. Oh no, he spits inside. Pre-spit charger comes in, melted away, and that won't get anything. And the Spitter has finally died off. I believe that Shockwave had that Spitter for quite some time. And it's dead. Not Shockwave, I'm sorry, Grizz had that Spitter for some time.
Well, regardless, I mean, look at the amount of health NF is on. Yeah, he's going to have to pop his first set of pills, and we're really not that far through this chapter. We haven't fought the tank. We haven't done a lot of that. So that's going to be a constant source of problem for Question Mark is going to be maintaining NF's health. Reg is also getting quite close to the slow margin, and just in general is in danger. Hunt spit, charge stumble, and look at all the damage into Xenix. Xenix drops even lower than Reg was. And yeah, Question Mark is doing better than Hokori was at this moment, but they're only doing better by about 10 to 15%. And you know, if Hokori can just keep it even here, even if they lose by 10 to 15%, they're going to be up by a great margin.
Yeah, the question is, will Question Mark be able to get back fast enough to shoot that tank up? And yes, they are. Oh, they don't. That's only 800 damage. I thought that should have been more. They got to lace him up. There is only a 2-cap with the Boomer. The Boomer comes out. He grabs one survivor. Hunter lands. Tank still finally gets his first punch at 3K. He gets another. That was a double punch. He gets another punch. He switches, gets to another survivor. Back turns again. Oh, he misses Zoe there. There's a jockey going for the ride on the front. Zyko looks like this will be the last amount of damage he gets. No, he won't. He throws a rock. And that will be it. The problem is it cost Ewan everything.
Yeah.
65 bonus down to what is there? The smoker pull. Charger looks like he wants to go. He can't get it. The in-cap break. Rake's going to pop pills. I don't even know if they got the extra set of pills yet. I didn't even see. Let's see. They pass them and no shopping. No, they got them all. And now it's just going to be a keep even game, and Hokori is going to keep all. There's a 1,000-point delta.
Yeah.
Maybe get more? No, they might get more.
I love this strategy here. I mean, this is normally something that is very strongly advised against going in one by one like this. But it just seems to kind of be working in these, you know, dark, very close spaces. Not necessarily one by one, but sometimes 2 by 2, you know, just finding a hunt spit, charge spit, you know, just some kind of double cap, whatever. And just a non-stop onslaught of damage while they can get it out it's working. Maybe holding them all would be better, but in comes a quad. Charger from behind. Smoker forward, pulls him down. Zoe's ready to clear. Unfortunately, that Hunter got picked. Otherwise, that was looking like a nice little 2-cap on the front line. 137 bonus is what Question Mark is left with. And yeah, it would be nice to win this chapter by about 50 or 70 points if they don't get hit by a single thing the entire time. But I mean, look at the scoreline. We're going to need a crazy chapter 4 here from Question Mark.
Yeah, and this finale is not a map to make up points. No, it is a very wide open finale where survivors can stand in the water, if I remember correctly. And no spawns will come at them. Hunter gets blasted out of the sky. Nice boomer shutdown. Spit delay works. Couple things onto Francis, but it is shut down with a spit block. And it looks like maybe 1 or 2 more hits left as they're approaching the 90% threshold. And a possibility they do make up points, but like you were saying, no. And if they walk in with this, still down about 900 with minimum of 1 left, maybe 2. Like we were saying, this finale is not one to make up points, so you got to do it here in the next chapter.
Let's see it. Charger jockey from one end, Hunter from the other. Going to easily be able to find NF up there. Double charge, but it's only going to get the bull charge. The bill still goes down. They get double boom. The Hunter's ripping away at NF still. He is eventually going to get picked. 2 players go down. Should be able to pick him up, but obviously Common's going to be quite annoying I felt like the tank fight. I mean, it was just like night and day. You know, question mark put in a lot of work, and Zoe goes down now as well. It makes me stop at my tracks because now we're back to the situation as it stood. 2 players up, 2 players down. Charger, Smoker, Jockey, and a Spitter. Smoker pull no good. Charger is good. And the smoke pull. They're somehow still surviving through here with Reg living this time around. Charger will get clear with the fire axe, but the Spit is still alive. The smoke is still alive, and the Jockey is too. Look at this. Smoke pull gonna cancel the pickup. Oh, this is gonna be so damn annoying for Reg to deal with. And surely this could be, yeah, that is gonna be that. 1508, 27-16. Hokori lead by over 1200. With just chapter 4 in the finale left to go.
Wow, I did not expect this. Did not expect question mark to be down this much in the grand finals. And those that were asking, just remember that the winner bracket team was question mark. The loser bracket team is Hokori. So with that being said, if Hokori wins this best of 3, they will not win the tournament. And we'll push another best of 3 next week. That's how this will go. If question mark gets the victory today, they will be the champion of the North American ReBooT. So that's how grand finals go. 1 winner bracket team, 1 loser bracket team, and right now they can lose once. That's question mark, but they don't want to lose once. And having a tank at 24% is what you want. But no, this tank spawn. Man, let me tell you. You don't get free grace period when you run forward, and the survivors are probably going to go the opposite way the tank goes with the hittables. So we're probably, oh man, this is a good example. And tell anybody who has a passion for map making, this is why alternate routes don't work out. This is a good example of it. It sounds cool. It's cool. It's fun and all that you can go 2 different ways. But as far for versus play, it is horrendous for it. It is terrible. It doesn't work out very well. Because if a tank goes one way here, and the survivors go the other, there is nothing the tank can do to get over there in time. So you pretty much better commit with almost no hittables if you don't want them to do this, which doesn't give question mark the grasp that they really were looking for to make a comeback here or not. And I think Hokori is going to play to that as their advantage and constantly move on the opposite side wherever the tank is to force them to go AI. They'll even go backwards if they have to.
Right.
They have no problem with
that. Yeah, I think I'm right in step with what you're saying. I think this is, you could almost even say like just a guaranteed AI tank. We do see teams sometimes, try to go with they just AI the tank on purpose, and then they just set up a quad and try to go with the tank. But the thing is, it's such a wide open space for so long that if you've got like a stupid AI tank chasing you down, it's really a non-factor for you. You're able to just set up wide open space. The SIs try to send it in, well, they're going to get lasered down, no problem, because that tank isn't really a threat. When he queues up the rock, it's mostly going to land. It's probably going to land at the feet, about 10 feet in front of you. So this AI tank is just not going to be a threat. I am continuing to kind of tread water here because we got Shockwave, who is AFK. We need 1 ready up for him, and then we will be going into it. This is possibly the last chapter. We could be seeing the finale as well. But regardless, we will have at least 1 more campaign after this. I do believe it's going to be Dice Scraper next, or will it be carried off? It is going to be Dice Scraper second. So we'll return back to some familiar territory on Dice Scraper, but Carried Off is another campaign that in recent weeks we really haven't seen much of, we haven't casted much of. So that'll be a refreshing decider there if we get to it. It could just be Hokori pushing that bracket reset, and we'll be reconvening next week. We'll have to see. 1 chapter, maybe 2, of I Hate Mountains left to play out. Be bringing it to you shortly.
Yeah, so I'm not quite sure what's going on with Shockwave. Hopefully he's not leaving like that one game when they had a FFW.
Right.
See that happen in the grand finals. Hopefully not.
Right.
I'm not quite sure what he does as employment. I mean, of course,
Yeah, he's just like
if you're on call, you
on
gotta
the
go.
company time right now. Yeah, he's just like clocked in, just playing a grand finale on his PC. He's got like his work laptop next to him. He's supposed to be doing something. That's crazy. That's a crazy thought. Okay, he is gonna be able to ready up, and let's get into it. Hokori gonna be facing this first hit, but I mean, question mark doesn't really seem set up for it. The boomer's just kind of like hopping around. Already they really were for this hit. In come the rocket jumpers. Hunter's easily shut down. Jockey's just like hanging out. Spit manages to spread through. I think that's actually what lands for a little bit of damage. No, Shockwave on 99, Yap on 96. I don't know, whatever it was, that's all they'll get to start us off. And Reg gonna be coming in with the tank. Let's see what he does. And more importantly, let's see what Hokori does in response. Cars coming in.
Oh, he's putting them up there. I think
Interesting.
I think this is smart. This is very smart. He's gonna bring some with him, and he still has some on the other side. That car is in play, and he's already gonna go. Yep, he's in. No hesitation. This is smart. Now the question is, does Hokori go the other way? Oh, this is dangerous for Hokori though. This goes both ways now. It's not just gonna work one. It's gotta be, and they're not gonna send any spawns to slow him down. They're just gonna let him push. Rake knew this was going to happen. He put the car up on top there for a reason. And the problem is they killed all their SI. They set the car alarm off. You gotta be, oh, this is dangerous now. Look at this car come through. The Corey's got to be careful. That could land on Gray. Oh my goodness! It's raining metal. It lands on their heads. Oh, this is going to be a wipe, I would think, unless they can focus this down. He gets a punch onto Shockwave. Somehow a survivor's on the roof. I didn't even know that car was hittable. He's hitting work vehicles across the map now. Grizz is dead. 3 survivors back off. They take their losses. 1 survivor, he's on the outside of the fence. He's out of the map, it would seem, almost. 2 survivors coming up here. The jockey trying to grab 1. He can't grab the jockey. Boomer stumbles the jockey. The jockey is dead. The tank is now alone. I don't even know where all the survivors are. Okay, he's going to get hit on the boom guy, and Rake is going to die off. He'll get an in cap here. Oh, he's going to survive with a couple hundred HP. Throwing a rock. Not going to land it. He's got to wait for his help. They're already getting a pickup, and Rake is dead. They're going to delay this, and they're going to survive.
It is incredibly questionable to me that they are able to survive here. Charger comes in, gets a smack, gets a wall collision. It's incredibly questionable to me that they were able to live through that. Like you said, the guy was literally trapped on like the edge of literally the abyss, out here hanging out almost out of the map, and they've got all those cars, and he has to go through a little tiny gateway, and we don't capitalize on that. The jockey boom coming from the other end, I don't know. That just completely blew my mind. I cannot believe Hokori is still alive here. Hit kind of being attempted, very half-hearted attempt of this hit as NF almost dies off with the jockey 99 HP. Hunter, Smoker, jockey waiting on Xenix to get up. I think this could be a quad. Obviously hoping for it. No, it is going to be a 3-1 with a spit.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult to land. And the Hunter wants to go. The jockey goes back for some more HP. And man, I don't know if they're going to be able to make this happen with just a tri-cap.
Right.
They got to get something here. They got to finish off Hokori if they want a chance for this game. They're separated right now. One's on the bottom, one's on the top. Okay, they regroup. And man, they are being very patient with their specials. Looks like they want to win. Here they go. They're going to go for it. Smoker wins his 1v1, and that's the only one who wins.
Wow.
Hunter and Jockey lose. Spawns are shut down. And Smoker will stay alive with the tri-cap with Boom about to come in.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you do get this tank AI, you just sit right there where they took that hit. And, you know, if that hit comes in, you saw how easy it was for the 3 of them to defuse that. Out of question mark, you know, if an AI tank is tossed in the mix, not going to be a big deal. You're going to have an extra survivor as well. So, we'll see how it goes on question mark side. But this chapter is not done yet. I mean, Hokori is notorious for like losing a player at 20% in the chapter and still being able to finish up with bonus. They've done it to an unspeakably large amount of people, and they continue to pressure that here right now. As we kind of had, I think we had a sack there out of Doom. He's about to be coming back up. Smoker, Charger, Jockey, I'm assuming a Hunter for him as well, but you're spending a long time to get this quad set up. You're seeding a lot of the chapter. It eventually comes in. They've gotten 426 distance already. It comes in. Hunter's shut down. This is a perfect anti-quad spot that Question Mark has let them into because they're being too, dare I say, anal about trying to set up where they want to.
Yeah, I agree. Not only that, this Charger is probably going to get hunted down and killed. I don't know if he's going to be able to despawn with 22 HP. Jockey is now dead. And it looks like they're going to make it with a huge bonus with 3.
Yeah.
As they were just focusing on trying to get the quad instead of damage. And I mean, this is
right.
And they're going to now just kill the Boomer and Spitter.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, this is what teams do to Hokori. They think, oh, we killed one off. Now we just have to get that magical quad moment, and surely Hokori won't be able to cap 2 of the SIs before we start landing. And they are able to cap 2 of the SIs, no problem. Spitter, Charger, Hunter, and a Smoker. As they walk into the safe room, they're just going to let them walk in, basically. They're like, all right, I know you only got 3 survivors, but we're basically just going to let y'all walk in. Charger is able to get a bunch of snacks, though, fortunately, for Question Mark, eventually landing with a couple of the pieces, bringing Yap down a bit, shaving off some of that bonus, but look at that, 20 MFing% of the bonus, as well as a good chunk of that distance, 471 out of 600. Hokori got as good of a chapter with 3 players as they possibly could have. And now we're looking at Question Mark needing about 2,000 points, about 1,950 points here on this 600 distance chapter. Probably not going to happen. We do have the finale, but still, this is not a great moment for Question Mark.
I'm trying to be as optimistic as I can here now, but I don't
Definitely.
I mean,
never thought I'd go looking for the military.
They need like, what are they down like 1,900 points, and the perfect score is 1,800 without the pills.
Right. Yeah.
Whew, they're gonna have to. This tank has to do nothing, and they need to make it. I think they have to walk in with 80% or GG, or a good half, or third, whatever you want to call it.
Dude, imagine if the tank got that wipe, or imagine if they were able to kill off that player who was in no man's land in the 2-1 split that the tank had those survivors in. I mean, he had that other player dead to rights. Imagine if there were only 2 players surviving after that tank instead of going for the greedy play, finding nothing, and getting shut down. I mean, there's a world of possibilities for Question Mark, and the fact that this is the reality that they're living in, letting 700 points through on that chapter, it's got to be extremely frustrating for them. We'll see if they can shake it off. They've done so in previous chapters, but this may be insurmountable. Regardless, folks, we're not ending here. If you think, this match is done and dusted, we're not ending it here. We are guaranteed to go to Die Scraper Redux after this, where Question Mark could easily bounce back, turn this into a 1-1 match. And you know what, MK? We could even be seeing a stunning Chapter 4 here from Question Mark, where they get maybe, 1,500 points. Let's say they're down 300, 400 going into the finale. That option's available to them. They have 5 survive. They have an extra Lewis. They're playing with Doom, NF, Zanix, Reg, and also Lewis bot. Losing it. That's one way to get more bonus. Okay. What? Okay. And they're just gonna keep playing as if nothing is happening. Shockwave says spongy? In the meantime, I'm going to let you figure out the technical situation here. I'm going to go ahead and talk about what Yaft is doing as the tank.
It worked.
For Hokori. They pick Lewis, and he is gone. But I still see him standing and walking around, actually. No. That's the actual player of Lewis. Okay, but the pills are on the ground. Oh, my goodness. What a disaster. And in the meantime, while they're trying to juggle all this, Yap is just running it in with a smoker. He's got to be careful. Oh, smoker no good on the follow-up. And now what does Yap do? He's got this card just sitting out there. He's cornered. All the SIs are dead besides him. He's going to go for a rock hard smack, which lands with that log. Oh my god! The 180 from behind. And he's got this guy down. Oh my god. I cannot believe that Billiam survived it. 90% of the bonus left. Surely they are going to go. They went and ate the pills of the kicked Lewis and then picked up the extra set.
That's funny. I don't know if that's going to have an implication later because the minus that it put on there, but that actually evens it out when they pick it up. I don't know. We'll see later on what that comes into play, but for now, that's going to be a boomer shutdown. They're going to spit block, just go right into a quad. That's a good block, though, because two survivors cannot advance. That is the difference between, in my opinion, a couple of seconds now. That means a lot in the end, those delays.
And they go for the quad setup from this. Hunter trying to buy some time. He does get shot for 50 HP.
They actually have enough to make this close enough. No,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, they have like 1,700, 1,800 right now. It's still going to be tough. It's still going to be about 300, 400 points, I believe, or more. Because, you know, if Hokori just doesn't just brainlessly stack into quads for half the chapter, then it's very possible that they'll be able to sink in some damage. In comes the quad attempt, all of them stacking onto Zoe-licious, and they are going to get brought down 2%, 3%, but, you know, keeping the lion's share of the bonus, obviously, on the back of that quad.
All right, that was a nice shutdown. Remember, the magic number was 80% we were talking about. They're +7, and to be honest with you, they can go inside that building and fight off the horde in that safe area if they chose. Only problem is you got to watch out for that spit. There is plenty of room to move around, all on the skill of your guns against theirs. And they let him inside the factory. They back off. Looks like they want to hit on the transition on the outside. 11:51 still remaining on question mark. 90% map progression, but there is an event, so still got a couple of hits before they walk in. Think about 4 or 5, depending on how they take these now.
2-2. Charger Hunter. I mean, the Hunter is just like hopping around, just out there. I was wondering if they just go in, but no, they're gonna wait, and they're gonna eat quite a lot of damage for that.
It hurts
I had a very lackadaisical approach to that, but the damage is still gonna be pretty severe. Obviously, you never want to be eating 10% at this point. But regardless, Spitter is even left alive, MK, which means, you know, these upcoming kind of close quarters areas, it's going to be a disaster here for question mark. They've got to shut it down. 1,600 points. They can't let any more. Look at the split here. What is going on? The Hunter catches and the Smoker catches. Go next. Go next. What else is there to say? Look at this jockey. No. Imagine if the clear took that long. That would have been so crazy. Or if he got down there. Oh my god.
I don't know. Complete ball drop from question mark.
Yeah.
NF is no longer blocking the spawn. He gave it up for a minute and he got boomed for it. And okay, spawns are not going to go. They're going to wait. They want that alley choke point that question mark gave up to, didn't even hit on the other side. And yeah, I think they'll clear out the commons here. Question mark will win the round, but only 700 bonus. No, not even close. I think we just go into skyscraper readout.
We'll see. Definitely was going to kind of be a diamond in the rough round for them if they were able to make it happen anyways. So it is what it is. 57.9% of the bonus, still a respectable amount. And, you know, for those of y'all who don't know, when we do the best of 2, that is going to be cumulative score, but this is a best of 3. So this will just be reduced to a 1-0. It's not going to matter how much each team wins or loses by. It's just going to end up being a 1-0 for one of these teams, probably Hokori. Question Mark going to be walking into this abandoned house kind of area, kind of vibe. Hunter hops in, finds him, charge goes through, finds him, spits out, finds him, and down they go. Another 10% on the board. And Corey, just, you know, just being complete party poopers here for Question Mark and trying to make sure that they do not go finale. GG. It gets called.
GG. Good round. Go next.
And the players are going to completely disregard what you said to them, and they are going to go do their own thing instead. Yeah.
All right.
For Shockwave is all we're waiting for here, and we are into it. Hunter, Charger, Smoker, and a Boomer. Could get caught off guard with the smoke even. No, they're going to wait on it. Smoker spawns up on top of the roof. Hunter ricocheting through, not able to find it. Charger will get the wall collision, but that's going to be pretty much it. Tank comes in.
Oh, no.
Well, he's not dead. Okay.
This is disastrous for Question Mark.
I mean, look at the comments, MK. Absolutely, look at the comments. He is going to be rolling. React is just going in with this. They've got nowhere they can go. Coach is going to be smacked up into the corner with like a billion comments wrapping around him. I mean, Question Mark doesn't have to deal with comments yet, but obviously now they do, and the tank is right in there. You know, a smoker pull onto Rochelle that will get cleared. Yap is actually going down. They're doing a good job of taking him down. Even if they survive this with just one player with one hit, that would be amazing. And it does look like they're going to be able to do it. They survive the tank with 2 up. Hunter is ready to go. I cannot. Hunter does land right away. Cancels the pickup. No, they do get the pickup, and 43%, 40.8% continues to drop as they pop their pills. But MK, they have survived the tank. They're going to be getting more than 80 points of distance, and this is crazy.
No, they survived that tank is absolutely crazy to me, just like you were saying. I can't even think of another word besides crazy. It was extremely impressive they survived with that 2 boost. I think Hokori's even shocked, like, what?
Yeah.
How are they alive right now? But they're going to have to go with a 2-2. It's only a smoker and a jockey. It's the Poo-2. But it is deadly if they ask for you to respec there, quick now. I think he might be on their infected mind. I want to help too, but I can't believe he snuck in there for a minute. And Mando, and look at the patience. They send 1 survivor down. He cuts the tongue. The jockey lands. No one's going to get killed up top. But the smoker tongue lands through the spit. And it'll be some good damage.
Rochelle had the fire axe in out there with the fire axe with the 1v1 against the smoker. Oh my god, it's got to crush him. Not to win that, otherwise that would have been a perfect hit down the pipeline. But with him getting smoked through so much spit damage, it does feel like the hit still got through, especially since that was a Poo-2 for the SI side. They're going to get a great hit follow-up, too. Not just having the Poo-2. They're going to... I'm getting surprised. They send it straight in on spit. Nick tries to block the spit a little bit, but it doesn't work. He gets smacked twice by a Charger, and they are still getting ripped away on the bonus. But still, 239 points to spare.
Reloading.
Yeah, I mean, they're consistently getting damage. I think Question Mark would be a little sloppy here at the end, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Look at the take common damage. Still at 232. They still can put up 700 points for this chapter, which is huge because they still have the chance to play that early tank and could wipe Hokori to that. And Hokori has not got wiped yet. They've made many safe rooms with only 3 though, Nah. It's kind of crazy to think about it. Let's see what they could do with this final hit. It's going to be a smoker, boomer, spitter, Hunter. Hunter lands, smoker pull into the spit. And they'll get good damage, but they're going to walk in with 200, so it'll be a 700-point chapter for Question Mark. But the question is really, is what is Hokori going to do to that tank now? Because if they get wiped here, Question Mark is so in the driver's seat to start this campaign off. The only thing that's rough for them is every single chapter after this is worth big money.
Right. Yeah, but still, I mean, like on paper, right, this is a very, I wouldn't even say not even average round for Question Mark. But when you put it in the context of this being that 20% tank and them having the opportunity to give a sledgehammer to Hokori's score, letting them only get 50 points in if they get wiped. Which this is one of the highest frequency wiping tanks out of any tank I've casted in the game. I've got to be real. This early 20% tank, it has one of the absolute highest chances to wipe of anywhere, especially anywhere in Dice Scraper that you're really gonna find. So, I mean, early Chapter 3 tank could be pretty gruesome as well, but let's be real. This is the quintessential, just absolute mountains worth, a canyon of a gap between these two teams if they do manage to get the tank wipe here. Gonna be, we saw that very impressive double boom. Psycho held it, and it ended up not working out.
Yeah, that's crazy, right? No, isn't that? But
it is.
There's actually 2 other campaign chapters out of all of Left 4 Dead that I can think that matches this early tank. Only 2, and you know what that is?
Okay.
Early tank on chapter. No, early tank on chapter 2 of Dead Air.
Yes.
That one, yes. And Dead Before Dawn, map 4 at 20%. That early tank, because the survivors can't get out. They have to stay in those small rooms. Yes. Those 3 tanks are the most difficult to survive. And I think out of all those, this one might actually be the most difficult out of those top 3, though.
Right.
Oh, look at this. Oh, that was scary, doll. It was there. You seen it. Of course, it didn't happen. But, okay, Naft is now the tank's target. I think the tank needs to pay attention to this, as he was the tank, or the boomer was the tank. But if he needs to go after Yaft, so his corner should be Nick. That is the smartest play for his team. And look at him, he's just going to go down, take the scenic route, and the survivors should be around to chip him up. Rochelle's looking, but not being too greedy. Because if you're too greedy, you get caught out and get ledge hang right there.
Yeah, I mean, Hokori is the team where we originally saw this adaptation where they run outside, but they're going to keep it in. Take it away, FK!
He gets his first punch onto Rochelle. Switches, he misses a punch! He's down to 3K already, down to 2,400. He got another punch, 2K. He got the in-cap, 1,600, 1,300, 600. The Hunter lands, the Charger doesn't, he clears it through the wall. Big misplay, and he purposely hangs himself to avoid taking damage. What a play coming out there by Yap. Let's see if it works out, and it looks like it's going to. Oh, he gets a nice punch, 8 health, maybe another rock, no. And he's just going to decommit this to make sure his spawns can have time to sack to what he wants.
This shit is messed up.
Boomer should go here. Okay, comes the smoker.
Oh!
Boomer lands. He cannot get sneezed on, no. He can't even get sneezed on. He kills the smoker.
Kills it.
Okay. I think he should die. He should die now. Nope. Oh, so close. And now they'll get the pickup, and they'll get the spitter for the drop. That's what they wanted. So good Jeff, but look at how healthy. Oh, he hung himself again. I think that was an accident. Let's look at his health when he's picked up.
Hunter?
Hunter spit. It's going to work. The charge is going to come in. And it's going to be a charge spit.
Down.
And Yap and Grizz is standing in the spit. Grizz lost all his health. What is happening?
Crazy.
And they go down to 30%. They have to eat all their pills, and they just copy them. And it's probably going to be an even game. This is crazy.
111 points of bonus separate these two teams right now. Question Mark could even get a very slight win here. We'll see. Hits ready. It's gonna be a 3-1. You might even prefer the Poo 2 here to this 3-1 with the boom. It's gonna be a Hunter, Jockey, and a Smoker. And I think that they're gonna play to kill a guy up here. If I'm being real, I think the plan for Question Mark is probably to just kill a guy with like the Jockey and the Smoker. They're not gonna get a boom stumble down below, but they're gonna go for it now. And now it's kind of awkward. Yeah, Smoker's just like chilling up there. Zenix is typing away in the chat, but I mean, look at Hokori.
Where's his Hunter? His Hunter fumbled the ball, bro.
Dude, you're right.
The Hunter.
You're so right.
NF, what are you doing if you watch this?
You're so right.
Bro, complete throw, misplay. The charge spit, beautifully separated, but doesn't really work out in their favor. But NF, I don't know, no.
Reloading.
That was the chance. The smoker had it, and it was not covered. He was not cleared right away. There was so much chance there. Ah, man. I guess we moved past it, but that's disappointing to see. No, very, very disappointed.
You're right. I mean, I was kind of looking at it like, oh yeah, the smoke comes out, that's easily going to get cleared. But you're right. There were only 2 SIs up there for like, or 2 survivors up there for a while. And now this hit's awkward. Hokori is moving slowly, so it should be no problem for Question Mark to get set up here. Charger, Jockey, Spitter, and this could still be an insanely huge hit. This could put Question Mark back into the lead, but otherwise, it's going to be Hokori winning this chapter.
Let's see what they can do. They stacked into this. They gave up the hit on the inside to make sure they had it. I think they just could have got 2 hits now because they're all slow. But
right.
I mean, either way, they feel confident in what they're setting up to see what they can do. Here it comes. Charger lands. They get the charge spit. Everything else is killed. And Incap goes down, so there's an additional 5% of the damage bonus because of it. No chance for another hit, though. They'll walk in with, what, 200 even? It's going to be a tie game, or they're going to be down by 4. Should be down by, they're down by 4.
Down by 4.
Wow. They both survived the early tank, though.
Crazy.
They both survived it.
They did, yeah. It's really so rare to see it, but really well done by both survivor sides to be able to do that. And it, you know, and because it was that 20% tank, we didn't see the standard choreographed drop down hit either into the sewer, which was really interesting to see how each team had adaptations for that. But regardless, Question Mark going to be leading by 4 points after Chapter 1. 68% tank is what we're brought into next. And this is like kind of like night and day, at least for me, going from this 20% Chapter 1 tank to a 68% Chapter 2 tank.
Yeah, and we have, and for those that are interested on what the rest of the night of Left 4 Dead is compared to what we're here with the grand finals, is that we have 2 more matches scheduled for this evening at 7 o'clock Eastern, which will be right after this one. I'll be hosting Pibbles against RG for Life, again on Parish Overgrowth in the Blazing Cup loser bracket match. That'll be after this one. And then at 10 p.m. Eastern, we also have Team Impact, which is, I believe, the new hybrid of Dynasty and South Stars, if I remember correctly. And they're going to be playing at 10 p.m. Eastern, and now I'm looking at the times of games, and there are so many matches going on from 9, there's like 4 9 o'clock games, 3 10 o'clock games at 10:30, 3 11 o'clock games. Oh, also, RG for Life is going to be playing 9. Yeah, they're going to be playing 9 at 11 p.m. Eastern, so looks like I'm going to be very busy for a long time tonight. So we got a lot of Left 4 Dead.
Ton of Left 4 Dead 2 on the horizon. This grand finale is just starting us off. Hunt, Spit, we'll be able to get in there. Again, a kind of a head scratcher at the way that Hokori positioned it, but you know, head scratchers is what Hokori excels at so often. The boom came from an angle you really wouldn't expect, and he got popped first, but they still ate tons and tons of spit damage. 23 points where the spit damage to be exact. 6% hit from Hokori out the gate. Beautifully done. They might even try to catch him here. Yeah, this is going to catch him. Inside spot. I cannot believe that Charger is not able to win the 1v1 with that spawn that he got. They are able to neutralize the hit, but I mean, this goes to show, I think a recurring theme for me has been that Question Mark is much more willing to just send in 1 or 2 SIs and try to get a better hit, whereas Hokori is just hit, tons of tempo, tons of frequency in the SI hits, and honestly, it's working better for Hokori in my eyes.
Yeah, I believe so. It definitely is. I mean, it looks like you said, quality over quantity is what Question Mark is looking for.
Yeah.
And Hokori's doing the other. They just want quantity.
Yeah. Right.
Sometimes it works out in your favor. The survivor's a little separated, not expecting to be hit in that scenario. And that's just a prime example of being caught with your pants down. Sometimes works out. Remember, if you're going to the bathroom, don't pee with your pants around your ankles. No, it's not something we do. As the Hunter comes in, Hunter pulls. Oh, he does not get skated. All right, stays alive, down to 220 health. Charger didn't even go. Now it's just going to be a game. They know where the spitter is. So they could probably get the spitter through the wall. They're trying. No, Spam is not going to get it.
Oh, tricky.
Wow, they're trying to bait this so much to maybe get a natural horde spawn. The Charger comes in, he walks right into it, but he closes the door, and the spin does not spread. And what a smart play coming out there. I don't see who, I think it was NF who closed the door after it landed, saying, nope, you're not going to spit on my friend. And it only turns out to be just dinks of damage, and they come up onto the event. Oh, actually, no, it's going to be tank time. Yes, it is. This is the 6th tank of the game for Hokori in the hands of Zyko, and he is wasting no time. And no, actually, never mind. He's going to back off because he only has a 2 cap. He's not happy with it.
Yeah, I don't blame him for that. But I got to say, that hit going into the tank, I mean, these teams could have put on a masterclass on ways that you can mitigate damage as a survivors without using your gun. The door closed, perfect example of that. It's the details a lot of the times that separate these top teams. Being able to, use everything in the kitchen sink into your playstyle is really important for these teams. We see Hokori able to do it all the time. Question mark showing us a beautiful adaptation there. And it's going to be Zyko. I mean, this guy is just a legendary tank. He is going to go ahead and hang out for the time being. He loses 50 points of chip as he goes up onto the top area, which is not a path. This is not a commit path that we normally see, folks. He lands right on top, and he floods them out. Of the top, Hunter is not getting cleared. Zyko's just got this guy in the corner. He's trying to jump up across. No, he's going to go down. Smoke hole right into... But he doesn't take it. He takes the charge. He gets a smack in while the charge guy is going to down. Another rock into the corner. And Zyko's going to go for it. Yeah, fake out with the jump. Oh my god. And he gets this guy to the corner too. If only he had another 1,000 HPs, and Neox would have been going down as well. The fake out. I mean, I'm looking at him doing it. I'm saying there's no way that he's doing this. And there isn't a way that he's doing it. He's doing the ladder fake out climb. That's something, another example of the way that these tools, or these players use these little tools that you might not think of to their advantage.
Yeah, they're waiting for this to open up. Their Uzi players are caught in the back. Are they going to go for him? They do, and that's the big misplay, but the spitter fumbles, but the spit, wow. You cannot get any more lucky on a spit spread I have ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Wow, the spit completely missed, spread all the way up the stairs onto the survivor. That is wild, but nonetheless, big damage, 360 bonus left, and question mark taking a lot more damage than I think they wanted to on this chapter. And Hokori's licking their chops. They send all the spawns in from behind. It's going to be a quad try. The Hunter and Jockey are the only two that find a target with the smoker at the end. That's 380 down to 331. They're going to also eat the last set of pills. I don't think they should. Because someone's slow no matter what. Let's let that fast survivor run ahead and start the event. One more hit and they should be in. And that's indeed what they're going to do. They just kind of watch spawns in between here, Non. Don't make a mistake.
I'm not done yet.
Definitely. 2-2. Charger Hunter. Oh, look at Nick. So dangerous. They're going to go from the front. And they actually do an amazing job at shutting that down. 322 bonus left. And I gotta say, I don't think that this is a W for question mark, but they do manage to take the last 2 hits well. And, the possibilities are there, but, I mean, they took so much tank damage, this and that. And this is going to be tough for them, but let's enjoy this final hit, because you never know what's going to unfold here at the end.
Oh, it's a quad knock. Can they quad him at the end? They're all on advantageous ground except for Rochelle. Smoker lands, Hunter gets skeeted, and the only thing to find damage is that smoker. Believe it or not, since the time that they ended the button, the bonus stayed exactly the same because they found pills, and 308 is what they get, 1608. I think Hokori has much more opportunity right now than the question mark wanted to give them. No, I mean, all they got to do is walk in with 50%. That's about a 400 point lead.
On chapter 2, there are definitely some tanks that are very volatile, but with the way, that's why I was saying this is like night and day. It's not just because of the numbers themselves, but because of the position that it puts the survivors in. This is a kind of a cakewalk tank for the survivors usually, and this is kind of like a point pinata for the survivors if they play their cards right here in chapter 2. It's going to come down to Hokori. What can they do? I mean, the hits are like kind of close quarters, but not really that close quarters. There's, some rocket spawns here and there, but they're not really that good of rocket spawns. And yeah, we'll just see what they can do. This hit was pretty huge for Hokori. I really liked what they did on their SI side. Boom, actually spawning in the same place for a question mark. Okay, interesting. Hunter and Jockey both going to be waiting for the survivors to leave. Beautiful skeet. Jockey hopping in. Not going to find anything. 100% for Hokori.
Yeah, clean shutdown. Hokori did manage to salvage a little bit of damage with that hit. Hokori shuts it all down. Again, the spawns weren't quite synchronized. But it went a little early for me there, no. Got skeeted. I do like the attempt for the 25, but I think you need some of your SI to make it happen. And also, try to go for an Uzi player makes it a little bit more viable rather than a shotgun. But we have a tri-cap with a spitter coming in. Smoker, Hunter, Charger. Good output of damage opportunity. The question is, can question mark land it? 2 questions right in a row. No pun intended, but I guess that's the only time you'll see that not being appropriate or not correct in a sentence. But look at the patience here from the infected. I think they need big damage of this because they took 8% by this point, and that Charger's not going to get anything. The Hunter will land. Spitter. Fit landed in the tree. Okay. I don't know if I've ever seen that before, but
Oh,
the Spitter was watering the plants.
he was. Acid rain. You gotta love it. And this is a horrible average hit percentage for question mark. Hokori is going to be walking into this tank very, very, very healthy, and hits are tough to come by for the tank. Smacks are, I should say. Charge comes in. He actually gets it in the spin. I don't know what the hell that was, but we'll count it. Triple boom, they bring in the tank, MK.
He can't go though. He has nothing.
Oh.
He wanted to, no, but he just couldn't do it. Yeah, nothing he can do. Wow, that was amazing. At the fact that they was able to get that triple boom, it was just really unfortunate he had no spawns. I think if he had a full hit and all, he was going in.
They send in the Smoker and the Jockey, MK. What is going on here?
I don't know what they're doing. I don't know if there's a miscommunication if I'm not happy at the moment because now they're going to go
Charge hunt boom.
right? And it's not going to be easy to keep Rage here. He's already second pass. He's got to go with it. Back order's going to come into question. The Boomer does land though. He does find a target and he makes a good angle and he gets his own corner really quick at 4K. Beautifully done. Grizz is his target. He's down to 2,000 already. There goes the in cap at 1,900. And he tries to go for the Nick, and Nick is going to be all he gets.
I really don't like that.
Yep. The Jockey. Nope. We'll probably get a rock on Psycho here. Maybe one more punch. Not even going to get it. And this is Hokori's chance to take a commanding delta after that take. His support did nothing for him. He pretty much did everything by himself.
Yeah, but I mean, the boom did kind of, yeah, but I really it was the Hunter for me. When he's got Grizz in the corner, and he had the option to be able to turn and take the Hunter target, and instead he sunk in the extra smack into Grizz, who was already very low HP. I would have preferred to see him be a little bit more greedy and to not, lock that player down, and instead to try to guarantee the corner on a second player and to just spread the love and get tons of damage output. That's not what he went for, and instead we're going to be looking at 900 distance potentially, just 5 short of it, which is going to put them at a 1,500 point chapter, which is only 100 less points than question mark has after 2 chapters.
One of you fellas want to carry the
Jockey's gonna pre-spawn. They want to try to slow him down here, and it's a boomer. They need to just make sure this Charger and Hunter die first so they get a better hit right before. Here they go. Hunter get the charge, and they'll kill the boomer off at the end. The Jockey latches on. They get some decent damage with that. Not terrible without a out of spit, but 855 gives them about a 400 plus lead. I don't think that's where question mark wants to be. Considering they lost the first game, down 1-0 already. See what happens with the final spawn. It's going to be a spit, Charger, Hunter, and a smoker.
Yeah, Zyko's just kind of hopping about, just looking around, maybe looking for some pills, but regardless, 855 points. They lost 40 with the last hit. They're down 400 though. And a player accidentally dropping all the way down the elevator shaft. Bitter, Smoker, Charger, Hunter. You got the Smoker pull down on a player who's up there at the turnstiles, into his spit potentially. Hokori is actually not even set up on top of the turnstiles. I would love to see question mark be able to milk this for some serious damage. Easier said than done, but it does happen here. But now that they've let Hokori make it so far right outside the safe room, my chances for them go down by quite a bit. Personally, Charger going to try to take advantage of 3 players looking at the Smoker. Hunt spit is what they're going to have to be satisfied with on the hit. 842, not really the most effective hit as they walk it in with 1,442 points on the chapter. And that is going to be a win by about 500 on Chapter 2. Huge moment for Hokori. We talked to great ends about how difficult it is to get bonus on this Chapter 4, which is also the finale. So it really comes down to Chapter 3 as we head to the Sky Mall. Really curious what percentage this tank is going to be at.
I think that's exactly what is speaking about.
What do you think? 22. Look how quick the ready-ups are, giving us almost no time to think about it. I think they might be up in this room. I don't even think they dropped down from a 22% tank, which honestly could be a pretty good thing for the survivors. Like wide open space here, I don't know. It could be feasible.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a cubicle tank.
Oh, you think it's at the drop down? It could be after the drop down for sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident that's where it's at. I don't think I've ever seen the tank spawn up top.
I haven't either. I played a scrim where there was one, and I was shocked. I was absolutely shocked. 22%. It is before. Oh, I've never seen this before in actual competitive play, and we're gonna be seeing it in a grand finale match. How prepared are these teams? They dodge the boom. Oh my god, that arc boom was incredible. That was gonna be legendary. And MK, we've also got this side conference room. If you look at one of the side rooms, that's an option, but it is gonna be Hokori backing it up right outside the safe room.
Condoms are getting stuck. A lot of condoms though. And he is in already. This is actually pretty wide open if you think about it.
Yeah.
He's gonna get his first punch on to make a 2,800. Second punch is 2,400. He misses a punch there.
Wow.
He kills his hunter.
No,
the Charger
dude.
lands. And this is a dead tank, and this is going to be a disastrous amount of damage. For question mark, and did we just see Hokori lock it up?
Might have been that. I think you might be right. It's very reminiscent of the tank that gets us spawns right after the cubicles. You know that this room coming up right after the cubicles? It almost just feels like a mirror of that tank. Like it's also just a very wide open space. Difficult for the SIs to get any meaningful spawns, and Hokori just shuts it down. But we still see plenty of damage come out from the SIs outside of the tank on Chapter 3, but not like that. If the survivors are able to skeet like that, and the SIs are going in one by one like this, it is going to be a ton of points that Hokori can lock in here.
Yeah, a ton is no lie. I mean, look at that 1268. They're down 500.
A movie theater?
And they need a miracle at this point. It needs to be quads that land, or you need to be doing 15% per hit at this rate. They need 15% on the transition out, and another 15% after they turn the button off. And that's the easier hits to land. that I'm
Yeah.
giving them. That's the easier one. And plus whatever they can get out there. And if they just do that, just what I'm saying, it's 55% bonus they'll still have. That's a lot.
It's a lot. Hits ready, obviously. Hokori's been taking it slow, clearing out commons. They know that, you know, a hit could be around any corner, and now that they've gotten to this point, they know it's coming out right here. Charger Lance on the head. Jockey! Down below, how many times has Hokori gotten hit by these ghost jockeys out of question mark? That has been one of the... If question mark were to lose this match and were to lose 0-2 in this best of 3, they are going to be getting the bracket reset, and we're going to be seeing this matchup once again. So, you know, if you're a question mark fan and you're worried about your boys right now, well, number one, you should be. But number two, even if they lose this, there will be another week. It's going to be a bracket reset. But let's get back into the action here. 2-200 Charger. Arc Boom. Charge, not going to find it. Just going to be a Hunt Spit.
Ooh,
He took a ton of damage.
They needed that though too. No, that was huge. Remember, before that pause went out, I think they were at 82% health. They're now at what?
Yeah.
67.2. So
Right.
what just happened there?
They lost about 200 points. Remember, they were at like 1275 or something like that. There was not only the kind of internet connection or some kind of situation with Grizz, but also still getting a ton of damage. Smoke roll down in the spit. He is able to jump up and avoid it. Was he able to avoid it though? I mean, he took so much.
That was a really bad hit too, and they still got good value out of it.
Look at Grizz. He's standing. Gotta take it with a grain of salt here, but it is gonna be quick. Grizz is back in, ready to go.
Alright, either way, Xiao is now on the prowl, so if Xiao gets the message, he'll move some things around. Grizz is still not
Triple
moving,
bill?
by the way. I believe if a
He's
DDoS,
now.
when you have the program and all the servers, that you can focus the protection to counteract the DDoS. If I remember correctly.
Okay.
So you can just pretty much make the DDoS his actions not work.
Reloading here.
Save the bandwidth for when situations like this happen. So let's see what happens. But attack comes on the stairs. Charger comes up the back. He's gonna get melted, but the free spit should get a little bit.
Not really. I mean, it's still like Coach gets caught by the time he's already out the spit. And yeah, don't get me wrong. Like, question mark has made it so that this isn't an absolutely catastrophic meltdown round, but it's still 1,400 points plus available for Hokori. This is a nightmare here for question mark. They've got to wake up. They've got to get out of this, and they've got to have a huge hit outside the safe room. We all know how crazy things can get here in just a moment.
Yeah, I've seen teams die here and all, everything.
Straight up. IRL.
It is very possible if you don't know how to take this properly and they just go down here. Charger misses, Smoker lands. We got a boomer. And Spitter's not going to get anything. NF had the Spitter for almost the whole chapter.
Yeah.
In quite some time.
Okay.
They'll walk in with E708. No, that's big.
Yeah, they're gonna walk in without a vent. You know, just going to be very calm, walking it in with 1,408 points, putting question mark in a dire situation. Again, I'm getting kind of flashbacks because they need once again like 1,950 points. This was almost the exact same score line, or at least difference in score that we had on I Hate Mountains. So, you know, if history repeats itself, this is going to be the easy dub here for Hokori. Question mark on their last life, on their back leg, last nail in the coffin, being threatened to be hammered in. They need to have a no-hitter tank, if at all possible, and it's just got to be top-tier survivor play.
Putting attack charge of Smoker. And the Hunter, they go fast charge and melted. Hunter finds the target.
Wow.
Smoker, not going to find anything. You do get damage on the two survivors, 92 and 93. Zyko.
I was looking at that. Like, how did he get 14 points of damage in? I don't know.
But they hold the Zoomer. Yeah, get away. They don't send it. Okay. Still holding that Boomer. gonna find anything.
Oh, interesting spot. They were ready for it.
No chip attempt on the tank. I can't disagree because there's just nothing. If you get caught there, you're pretty much free in caps, so you gotta back off it.
Yeah.
Shockwave here. I think all he needs is an in cap, and Hokori's gonna be happy. Wouldn't you agree, Noah? Take it away.
Okay, let's see it. Shockwave, not going to be in the conference room, just going to be outside of the safe room. Can't blame, question mark at all. Trying to play ring around. No, it's a bait out, but they kind of walk into the corner and they get smacked twice. They're able to spread the love around. Oh, missing smack though, very important, but the follow-up is good. No SIs really to help out Shockwave at all, but how about a double smack as they go a little bit too aggressive, and I don't like it. They're already down about 300, and as they down Doom, they're going to be down like 400 compared to where Hokori was at this point. They've only got 2/3 of the bonus left, but you know, if they can go unhit this entire chapter, then they can get about 300 points back.
Spitter's gonna pre-spawn. Gonna pre-spit. And the survivor separates. They catch Rake off guard, and Rake is losing all of his health. And now it's almost a win for Hokori. Only about, what, 170 points.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, this is basically already a win on the chapter for Hokori. We might not even see chapter 4 played out at this rate. I'm assuming question mark will still play it out, but regardless, this is a sinking ship. I wouldn't quite say a Titanic proportions because it's not a Hokori, but look at this. Player goes down. Jockey carries into the spit. Nicholas just watches him. He says, you know what? Take him. Into the spit you go. They do get the pickup here. 751. 716. They are 8 points away from losing the chapter, and they've got so much chapter left to play out.
They push up the stairs. They do take that choke point and not able to go.
I'll take that gun away from you.
Hunter. Hunter gets the pull. The Hunter does not get skeeted. It's a pound spit. And it just looks like we're seeing question mark kind of being defeated here. Doesn't look like the clears are coming out quite as quick. The snaps on the Hunter aren't as successful. The damage is coming out is a lot. And they have already lost this round, so the 550 point lead that Hokori has is going to increase. And just like you said, they will play the finale, but this is not a map to make up points on. The finale is difficult to even survive. Jockey gets M2'd and killed. Charger slides across the top of the escalator rails and misses everybody. While NF gets up to rejoin their team, they still do have 636 bonus. But no, they still have difficult choke points in front of them.
Reloading here.
Absolutely they do. That is an understatement here. The stairwell is going to, obviously, that's usually a standout moment for the SIs on Chapter 3. For question mark, it was just another blip on the radar. It was a very ineffective hit for them, almost a meaningless hit. And I expect Hokori to be able to piece together something much stronger. They didn't lose it. They're not even going to hit on the stairwell. They're going to smoke on the back into a jock in the spit. And they're just going to lock in damage, and this is actually exactly, this has been Hokori's game plan from the start, right, MK? They've been going high tempo, hit you where it hurts. It might not be the choke point, we might not have the best SIs, but we're just going to keep sending it, and we're going to get that damage pushed through.
Yeah, they're just taking advantage of what question mark is giving them now. They separate too much, there's a lot of time. And then they 2 and 2 survivors, and this is where the damage is mounting up to. I mean, it's just taking advantage of what's given to you, capitalizing, and look at what's given to us now. I mean, just look, this is how you melt away the teams, the special infected, always looking in between the survivors. Almost every hit, even if they get it or not, we're still looking.
Absolutely. And look, again, yeah, 2-2 split. Charger gets in there. 30% of the... It's honestly impressive that they've been able to maintain this remaining bonus. But obviously not meeting the mark here. They will go ahead and lock it in without event. Yep, no major issue. They just walk it in, lock it up. 1,154 points for the chapter, losing this one by about 250. Not too bad, not too bad. Less than 1,000 away. This is doable. This is doable, but you know we're gonna need the whole kit and caboodle here from Question Mark. They're gonna need to get the death charge, or you know the instant kill, whether it's with the smoker or whatever. They're gonna need to shut down the rest of the SI or the rest of the survivors on the first tank. And they're going to need to bounce back and get some bonus locked in at the end of it all.
Let's see. Oh, I was excited to see where the tank's going to spawn, but I forgot. It don't matter. It's a finale. Trying to see where we can give Question Mark an opportunity here, and no, I think the only opportunity is if they die at the choke point.
Right, but MK, they don't even get the smoker. The game does not even give them the smoker. And the thing is, when it's a team like Hokori and they see that there's no smoker here in the opening composition, they're gonna blaze through the chapter so fast to beat that smoker setup and then still be ready to handle the hit itself. So this is a very, just unfortunate moment here for Question Mark. Most likely, we'll see what they do.
Like it's going to be the hunter and spitter going. That's what my guess is going to be. You need to make sure you spit block.
Wow. Whoa.
They get the spit block, but is it enough? 10 seconds on NF. I don't know if that's enough time to get all the way up there. Charger gonna try to catch him off guard? There's no way. Don't do it, Charger. I was gonna say it.
I mean, ideally, you would be wanting the spitter to not only block, but then also to death block, if possible, as well. With the way it stands, like, this smoker is no way in hell. Well, I take it back, but, I mean, look. Hokori is approaching. The smoker does get set up. He gets spawned in early to start giving noise cues, kind of scare away Hokori. Boom, arc onto one, and they don't pop it because they don't want to get stumbled. Double, triple boom.
Oh, he hung himself.
Oh, what are we doing? Shockwave, jockey hanging out.
The jockey failed.
Oh, what?
It was all a bait. The jockey failed.
It
that
was
the chance.
It was all a bait. Smoker. Beautifully done. Look at the charger. Oh, it's all butter. Hokori, 98.8%. No death charge in sight. No instant kill in sight. But we do have another opportunity, right? We do have this other opportunity while they press the button. Keep holding out hope here. But the survivors are quick on it. They already pressed it once. Did they press it twice? I think they only pressed it once. I think they're going to have to press it again. But there's no charge. It is a poo-2 here.
Taker.
Stanker! Standing spit, trying to trap Zyko into something. No.
Zyko has to wait for the spit to dissipate. And he's back regrouping with his teammates up by the COVID ball. And we will wait 2 or 3 attacks before the tank is inbound. The way this match is going on, it looks like it's just going to be 2 games for today. So it looks like a small break in between this one and the next is going to occur. But Hokori can finish. 3,732 points. Hunter lands. Oh, this could be lined up. Oh, he gets melted so fast. Now that might have been a depth charge if he had the angle in that hole. But he doesn't get the chance to try.
Right. I see what you're saying. But, I mean, Hokori is so... Like, they had Coach and Nick hanging out. Hokori is insane at just maximizing SI damage. and making it so that chargers never land against a wall, much less fall into a hole. You know, it's just going to be so tough. They go for the conference room, overload again. The jockey lands, and the smoker lands. And they do get some decent damage, but 93.6% remains quite a bit. Kind of the opposite of what needs to be happening, if I'm being real.
And this is going...
Huh.
Look where it spawned him.
Yeah.
Wait, what? I don't know if I've ever seen him...
Come underneath.
I don't know if I've ever seen that before. You ever see him spawn down like that? I never seen that.
Is it based on where the survivors are standing, or is that irrelevant? I'm not sure.
For the most part it does, but not to the point where it should go underneath the map. But
Right.
Drake is going to have the 7th tank of the game for his team. Actually, no, it's tank number 8, I apologize. He smacks you. Not get it through. Okay, it's in. It's in.
What? Okay.
And the survivor should now run forward. The charger was not ready for this. And he gets a double. This is going to be catastrophic. He'll get a punch onto Shockwave. That's his 3rd punch altogether. He gets a double and the hunter too.
Dude,
He misses the 2nd punch though there. And he gets another punch and he should die off. One more rock. Not even going to leave his hand. But what was that hunter doing?
Right. Yeah, the hunter he said, give me some of that. I want that smack to my face. And yeah, that was rough. 2/3 of the bonus remaining for Hokori, which obviously, as far as I'm concerned, this is a no from me. I think that this is just going to be a very simple, straightforward dub for Hokori at this point. But we will see him continue to play it out. 2-2 with the Smoker Charger. Again, trying to overwhelm the conference room player. But the Charger is just hanging out saying hello. And that's not a way to apply pressure. So the Boom Smoke going to die off. They're going to be locked and loaded with another strong hit follow-up. But that one is just tossed into the dust.
Reloading.
63.5 remains on the survivors. Another special infect attack is imminent.
Reload.
Hunter spawning first. Jockey is next. Let's see what last two spawns are going to be. Quad try. That would be tri-cap with spit. And I do believe this will be the last one they get before the tank should come up. Hunter's up. Charger walking through. The Hunter lands, actually. The Charger just M1s down the hallway. Jockey gets bullied for a little bit. And the Spitter just kind of walks in and dies. And the Spitter missed. And they are going to go for ammo. They take on the 9th tank of this tournament match that will be in the hands of Doom. And maybe I jumped the gun a little early. Maybe they get another hit. I thought for sure it was going to spawn by now.
Little 3-1 with the Boom here. Hunter ricocheting through. And that is the tank. So, oh, wow, Smoker goes in as well. Charge as well. And it's important to note, MK, this the COVID ball is just chilling out in the empty pool, unlike some tanks, you know, where, for example, the car hittables or things like that, if you have multiple tanks on the same chapter, they're gonna disappear. Whatever the tank hit is gonna disappear. This COVID ball sticks around and it has permanence, so that is gonna be a tool that question mark can try to put into use. Can be a little bit tricky because, you know, it can be a little bit of a bait because, you know, it's right there, so close, but you got to hit it out of the pool. You got to hit it at the right angle. It can trip you up, but it can also be exactly what Doom needs here. To finish off a very high health Hokori, we could be looking at another die scraper where Hokori gets bonus in. Grizz gets smacked once as he jumps out. I like it, avoiding the corner. In the meantime, Coach gonna get smacked a couple times as they hunt down the charge. Charge is dead. Smoker into the rock. Doesn't find it. Smoker's alive, but he's got 10 seconds where he's just useless. So, I mean, we got a 10-second span here. Yeah, Doom is going to go ahead and decommit. Very smart decision. Rocking that certified Hokori decommit there as he winds his way through. A lot of players are not even aware that some of these corridors exist here on the finale. But if you do know about it, you can really wind your way around with the tank. And he's going to go ahead and get the corner here. onto Ellis. Smoke pull in the meantime. But down he goes. 426 bonus remains as Hokori finishes the tank right outside the helipad. Nick is just going to, for fun, take a 1v1 with the smoker, but the rest of Hokori is going to run onto the helipad, and he will eventually join the smoker, trying to get some shenanigans here. And in the meantime, Hokori's just going to be trying to walk it in. No, not going to be able to find that. Doom, 1 second left. Reg is spawning in. Hunter and a spitter, but Hokori can just walk it in. They're not going to, though. They're going to wait out spit. Charger, not going to find that. And that's going to be it. They're going to get the bonus. They're going to get the full 800 distance. And they're going to get the win as well. They're going to get the bracket reset. And we're going to be going back and seeing this grand finale once again, deja vu style, next week.
See what tally is 4,768. Whew. The crazy part about that null is that we saw 2 tanks at like 20%.
Yeah.
They still put up 4,768 points.
Right. Yep.
I mean, if the chapter 1 tank would have been about at like 50% of the way through the map, they would have 5K'd.
Yep.
Finale. That is impressive. 4 chapter score coming out from Hokori, and now it is going to be question mark finishing up on their side. And it looks like it will take 1 more week to determine the winner for the North American ReBooT at this rate. Try to see what.
Unless they can get 2,000 points.
Technically, they can still. They're mathematically alive.
If they can get full 800 distance as well as 1,200 bonus after 2 tanks, then they can finish this off and get this first place in a ReBooT tournament. Otherwise, that is going to be that. Jockey, Charger, Hunter, and a Spitter, as well as 1 ready up here, waiting for NF before we see it come underway. Also, I misspoke. They need 2,000 points not to win the NA ReBooT tournament. They need 2,000 points to take us to carried off for the decider match. So, let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. This is very much coming up Hokori, no matter how you slice it, but almost certainly going to be a Hokori dub. Let's see if question mark can't weasel their way into something miraculous that we've never seen before. Miracles happen every day.
They do indeed. 2 tanks, no damage is what they need. Anything's possible.
Anything is possible.
And Carrie B is exactly what he would say right now. So he's saying there's a chance.
Right.
On their setup, looks like they're just going to hit the stairwell. They know it's just damage that needs to be done. I believe it is about 130 points of damage that they need. I'll tell you what, that's pretty damn close right there. I don't know if that's enough. That might be already enough.
I love that they send it in there, because they do have a good stairwell hit, right? They got no smoke, no boom. It's just a perfect stairwell hit, and so they call a spade, and they send it in at the stairwell. Yeah, they're not going to get this depth charge potential, but that's not what they need. They don't need any flashiness. They just need to, scrape these guys down a couple times. And look, they continue their quantity over quality mindset as Hunt's able to catch for a moment into a Hunt spit and continue to chip him down with very high tempo playstyle aggression out of Hokori, just throwing it at the wall whenever they can.
And it's about to be started. What's up, Expresso? Welcome. Hope everybody enjoyed the grand finals of the North American ReBooT. It always is called a grand finals, but next week it will be the championship match.
Right.
It's going to end 100%. Grand finals means the possibility of ending, of course. And okay, gets to pull the jockey. Oh, almost get the 2 up there. The boomer gets a stumble. Almost a little double cap up top, which would have been devastating to the survivors up there, split with the 2 on the bottom. But 88.5, they still have 1,500 bonus remaining. They also have 2 tanks remaining. All that's more important than the thing they have to deal with.
Chilling out for the time being. I mean, we're probably. I assumed we were going to see an overwhelming of the player in the conference room. That's usually what we see with these hits. Hokori's going to try something a little bit different. I love the attempt with the Hunter. It'll get shut down. Everything gets shut down. And there it was, trying to hole him once again there. You called it, MK. They do try to pull the trigger on that one, but not gonna work against question mark here. Gonna have to wait and try it again, maybe.
Yeah, it's always good to see a little bit of action depth charge in the match. It's always fun to see, but I don't think it's gonna work out here for either side. It's very, very difficult. You almost got to, the survivor's got to like give it to them pretty much to get the depth charge out of that hole. It's entertaining when it happens, but not now. Smoker Hunter 2-2 coming in very shortly. Looks like they should go fast. Or are they just waiting for tank spawn? Okay, they're moving now. So they're going to hit on the transition over.
Watch out!
And the infected are ready for it. This is the difference between the two sides. And here is a tank of the game for Hokori into the hands of the Crasher, Grizz. He spawned right where the survivors were going. Look at that.
Yeah, right. That's what I thought might happen to Corey, but it actually happens to question mark. And this just throws them all into a tizzy here as the Hunter's going to land. And he's just going to get some smacks. Remember, below 1,200 bonus, and they're good as done. 1373 is what they're at right now. Smoke Bull with the smack in tow. Goodbye to the bonus. Goodbye to the 1,200 point thresh mark. And that is going to be that reg. Almost, oh my god, with the COVID ball. Good, oh my god, good attempt out of Grizz. He is going to go down, just trying to spread some COVID around there. As the pickups do come out, 851. Trolling the pickup though, getting even more damage out of this before it can come out. Charger's ready to go. But he gives it the spawn. 11, 18. I don't think it's enough, okay.
No, that threshold fell long ago, but they did not get wiped to the tank. That is one thing. It all came down to that one chapter that was the big deciding factor on chapter 2. No, it was very tight otherwise. That was the one. And then the morale was down from question mark and couldn't keep up on chapter 3 either. Falling down further. Hunter lands. It was a little late, but does miss. Smoker himself cleared. Charger's now alone. Rockets in. Oh, he grabs them all by himself. No slam. But what a Charger coming there. Zyko popping off before tank spawn. And that tank should be up very shortly. This match comes to a close. Man, what an exciting game so far this was now.
Oh yeah, it's been a great series. It's great to have it in here, especially with the Bloodfest tournament just kicking off. Like with the matches we cover of that tournament, you really have no idea what quality of match you're gonna get. It's just rolling around. It's hanging out.
Leaving now.
Triple boom. With the spit in the hunt. Jockey hanging out. Jockey is shockwave. Jockey is tank. Take this one away for us, MJ.
They're not in a good spot for this tank. Uh-oh, Ellis. Ellis gets punched. They're fighting it here. Ellis gets punched again. Wait, what? How did Ellis get in cap? The Charger land? No depth charge.
They tried it again,
They tried it again. They'll get another in cap. I think they killed this tank and survived. There's a survivor up there. Oh, he's not clearing. Okay, they're gonna die up there. Never mind, he's now paying attention.
Oh, almost got a 2-for-1, a BOGO Charger.
And I think it's
Shockwave.
Yeah, Shockwave just playing with his food. Oh, there's a tank! And that is gonna be it. And that is gonna be Hokori getting the victory. Oh, wait a minute. He's still alive. Oh, they cleared him.
That tank smack was so funny. He's like, he's right behind me, isn't he? He lived! He actually lives! We go for the pickups. We're not done yet, MK. We're not done yet.
Maybe he just tries to make it. I don't even think he's saved anybody. Yep,
He's not gonna pick anybody up, dude. Come on, Doom.
See if he makes it. Oh, he makes it! He's gonna survive now. We'll have to wait a couple more seconds to see the final tally of this one. But Hokori gets the victory over question mark with a campaign score of 4,768 to question mark's 3,442. GG now. GG.
GG indeed.